Welcome everyone to the latest episode of Cornwall Freemasons Lodge in the Lounge sessions. I'm Simon Taylor, Membership Officer for Cornwall, and we are delighted to once again be joined by our Deputy Provincial Grand Master, Roger Cargee. Roger, thanks for taking the time to talk to us again today. Last time we spoke about the Provincial Executive and how it felt when you were personally promoted to Assistant Provincial Grand Master and then subsequently Deputy Provincial Grand Master. Today, we've got a couple more questions for you that have been submitted by our members. Now, in a previous episode, we spoke to Barry Williams, who is a Grand Officer, and he explained the differences between Provincial Grand Officers and Grand Officers and what those various roles entail. Now, one of the first promotions a member could potentially receive to provincial rank is that of Provincial Grand Steward. It's a different role to a lot of the provincial appointments, and our brother asked, what do the provincial team look for in a provincial Grand Steward, and why is it that they sometimes receive this promotion earlier than normal?
Well, traditionally, you are considered for a promotion to a dark blue rank, i.e. a provincial rank, 7 years after coming out of the chair. Exceptions to that, of course, are someone who perhaps has never been through the chair, but have worked for many years, 14 years and upwards, perhaps always running raffles, always running the bar, never taken the role of Worshipful Master, but have done a lot of other work within the Masonic Order. So they would be considered for dark blue as well. More recently, and particularly since we've become a Stewards Lodge in Cornwall, which is a Robert Elliott Lodge, we have tried to look for younger people to bring them forward and hope that they will take future executive roles. So people will have seen perhaps someone who's been out of the chair 2-3 years suddenly get dark blue. And that's because we have spotted the talent, we want to make use of it, and we hope that they would progress and do more. Now, I want to see from provincial stewards regular attending of meetings and events other than just ordinary meetings, a keenness to progress, and to show that they are capable of progressing to executive appointments.
The second question we've got for you is actually on a similar theme, and it comes from a member who actually started his Masonic journey in another province before moving to Cornwall. And he asks that a number of provinces seem to have more Grand Officers of a younger age than there are in Cornwall. What is the process for selecting Grand Officers, and is it different in each area?
It is obviously standalone, each province is, so people will have different ways of treating these. I would like to see more younger Grand Officers. Now in Cornwall, the rank is given, or we submit names to London, and London makes the decisions, obviously, but we see it as a reward for services rendered within the province. So that tends to be after many years, hence the Grand Officers all appear older rather than younger. But now, with the well-established Stewards Lodge, the Robert Elliott Lodge, and in its infancy, if you like, the University Lodge, which is coming on great guns, there will be younger brothering coming through, which obviously has been the case in London and provinces like that, where the younger brethren got more opportunity to show what they can do. And that's probably why you see younger Grand Officers in the London districts than you do in Cornwall, for instance.
So just as a follow-up to that, do you feel that more younger Grand Officers would help perhaps to inspire younger members, as they may then see that as an achievable goal?
That's a very, very good point. Yeah, in the same way as seeing people progress into dark blue provincial rank should encourage people to do things. Yeah, hopefully there'll always be some brethren who will join the organization and sit on the back benches, shall we say, for sake of an expression. Probably won't want to progress through the chair, but there are others, and I myself included. I can remember sitting in the corner of the Penzance Masonic Temple looking across at the DC, for instance, and thinking, God, That's a job I wouldn't mind doing one day. Don't suppose I'll ever get there, but that's what I was aspiring to. And I was very pleased to say I did eventually get there. That's what I would like to see the younger brethren come in, whatever talent they may have, whether it's director of ceremonies, whether it's treasurer, secretary, a job they think they could do, aspire to it.
Roger, thank you again for taking the time to speak to us for a second time. If these interviews do prove popular enough, we may look to invite you back to record some more questions for a second series. So if you do have any questions that you may like to put to our Deputy Provincial Grand Master, please do message into the Provincial Grand Lodge or membership team pages, and I'm sure Roger would be delighted to come back and speak to us again. Thank you all for watching. We'll be releasing another episode next week. In the meantime, stay safe.